What's going on, folks? I am the bald and ginger bearded bartender. This is Tip Your Bartender, Please, the show where I teach you and our guests how to make a brand new craft cocktail. With that being said, our guest today is the one, the only King Foodie.
What's going on? What's going on?
Brother, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate you. What's your experience with bartending?
I usually go to bars and things like that and try to find the most photogenic drink they have to see what it's like. First ask what it's made with, because I might not like the alcohol, right? And then I try to see what it is. Some bars are really fancy. They get a lot of glitter dust, cinnamon dust going on. They flame it up. Some use dry ice. So, I kind of go to the bars for like the show experience. Like I want to see the razzle dazzle. I want to see the flair.
So you yourself have never stepped behind a bar?
No, I have a small bar at my home for guests to come and enjoy when they're at my house, but I'm a very amateur bartender.
Okay, all right. Well, the fun thing about this cocktail is that you actually gave me the idea behind the cocktail. So we're going to be making a smoked old fashioned, and you generously helped the show out today by making a smoked orange juice.
Yeah, I went to one of my favorite vendors and friend, Cali Q's Barbecue on Instagram. He let me use his smoker, threw the oranges in there, and we smoked them for 3 hours.
That's insane. I smelled it. I wish, like Emerald Lagasse says, I wish people had smell-o-vision, because this smells fantastic. I'm sure it's going to taste just as good inside the cocktail. But what we got going on today is went ahead and bought some Applewood smoked chips here that we're going to use to smoke our glass. Went ahead and bought Basil Hayden Toast, so it's going to provide a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of vanilla, and then some caramel finish. We have some whiskey barrel-aged old-fashioned bitters, and then lastly, instead of sugar, which generally is used in an old-fashioned, we're going to use agave syrup. Just add a little bit of sweetness. So, King Foodie, if you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's make the cocktail. First things first, I'm going to guide you through each step.
All right.
So we got our Applewood chips here.
All right.
Take a little bit here.
All right.
Comfortable with a lighter?
Of course.
So we're going to get this chip burning here.
I'm going to grab a couple skinny ones instead of just one fat one. For sure.
All right. So we'll let that start smoking. I'm just going to cover that up. Bam. Oh, I already smell that coming out there. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's real nice, real smoky. Woo! There we go. We're going to set that to the side. Let that hang out. We're going to take this glass right here. This is called a Uri glass, a Uri mixing glass. And we're going to build our cocktail. First things first, we're going to take our bourbon. I'm a heavy-handed bartender.
It's fine by me.
This measuring tool here, we're going to fill it up 2 ounces. Right up to the top. Bam. There we go. Right up to the top there. Bam. Right on. Next up, we're going to take our agave syrup. We don't really need a whole lot of this, so you know what? We can just put a little bit in the glass.
All right. Just straight into the cup.
Yeah. Don't need too much. All right.
That's about right.
That's
about right.
We're going to take our whiskey barrel-aged old-fashioned bitters here, and we're going to do 2 dashes. 1, 2.
1, 2. Here we go.
And last but not least, we're going to take our
smoked orange
house-made
juice.
Smoked orange juice, and we're going to go about, we'll try an ounce.
All right.
We'll try an ounce. So this smaller one here, fill it right up to the top there. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bam. Set that to the side. And take our ice right up into the glass here.
How much ice you putting?
Just a little small amount there. Beautiful. We don't want to dilute the cocktail too much, so we're going to just give it a quick stir with our chopstick stir here. Bam. Now we're going to take our glass here, our smoked glass. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bam. Toss our wood chip there. We're going to take a little bit more ice in our smaller glass. Take our strainer tool right here, right up on the top. Bam. That goes right into our glass.
I like the high pour, so it mixes pour it in.
Just like that, King Foodie.
That's our smoky old fashioned.
Smoked old fashioned. Cheers.
Oh my God. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's insane.
That is the most delicious, tastiest old fashioned I've ever had. What I like is the smokiness from the orange juice levels out the burn from the whiskey. So you could really, it's kind of dangerous because you could really tip these back.
We got King Foodie on the show. Cheers, brother. Proud to be here over at Stevie's Bar and Grill. Thank y'all so much for letting us shoot here and record here out in San Jose. If y'all haven't been to Stevie's Bar and Grill, you are missing out. King Foodie, thank you so much for being here, helping me out with the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm glad we can create the cocktail that I've always wanted to try and just never done it.
it's you are the first person on the show to actually give me an idea of what cocktail to make. So
nice.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate we can get it done.
As a bartender,
and it's amazing.
Getting into it. I'm curious, man, like King Foodie. How did we come up with that name?
So I came up with the name King Foodie, hanging out with me and all my friends, you know, having fun, getting a little tipsy, and people want to eat. I'm not going anywhere. So at my friend's house, at my house, they say, King, go in the kitchen, bro, whip some shit up. So I'll go in there, throw random stuff together, and just make very creative dishes.
I've been watching you and your channel for quite some time, and you're out there in your kitchen at some odd times, I will say, whipping things up, but everything looks fantastic.
Thank you.
I have a two-part question for you. So what is your background with food, and what inspired you to just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make this. Let me film it and show people.
I got into cooking because my father was a chef, so I started to learn how to cook at a young age. He basically told me that, you know, cooking is a lifelong skill, and regardless of whether you are anything in life, you always have to eat. And if you want to eat good food, you either got to make it yourself or you got to come out the pocket for it.
Is it like a passion for you, or would you say it's just...
I really enjoy cooking. To me, cooking is like the international love language. We don't have to speak the same language at all, but I can make you something, you can make me something, and then I could eat it, or I could watch you eat my cooking, and we'll understand each other that you are enjoying what I just made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's important, man. Like I agree with you on that aspect. Is like food is the one thing I think that can really bring a whole lot of people together, regardless of situations. Going into, you know, content creation, right? Because I view you as a couple things, right? A chef for sure, but you're also a content creator.
Yep.
Can you recall like maybe the first time you woke up and you say, you know what, like I'm just gonna start filming myself eating food?
To be honest with you, the very first time I ever did anything as far as content creation, I was just taking like 4 or 5 second videos of the dish I was eating and then just putting it online.
Yeah.
And that was it. And that's how it all started. And then, you know, the pandemic and stuff happened. So I taught myself the little bit of editing skills that I've learned during the pandemic. And I just went on from there. I met great friends in San Jose here.
Yeah.
I met a lot of really cool people. I have some mentors. My friend Go Craft Yourself. What's up, homie?
There we go.
One of my friends and mentors right there. My friend, Mr. Trippy. I've met wonderful vendors here. Our Nachos. My braider over at Barber's Inc. Abita Braids.
Yeah.
She gets it right. I mean, San Jose is just like, in my place, it's the best place in the Bay Area. It's got the largest culture. and the most places to eat in one spot. You don't really got to go too far. I mean, they pretty much had, this is where I like to hang, bro. This is my spot.
I think everybody's just willing to help each other out, because I think we all just want to see each other win and see each other grow.
Absolutely.
Which is important. It's a nice little community to have.
Absolutely.
Would you at this point view yourself as a solidified content creator?
I would view myself as a content creator, and I'm always trying to improve. So I'm definitely not the best, and I'm far from knowing everything, but I'm always trying to improve, and I take constructive criticism very well. So
what's your creative process into, you know, figuring out where to try places?
So I go based upon what is the best quality and consistency, and I don't get no special treatment. I don't want no special treatment. If you can't go into the restaurant and get what you see on my page, I remove the video.
Okay.
So I want someone to be able to watch the video. Wow, that looks amazing. I want that. Go there and get exactly what you just saw.
Yeah.
So I have like standards that I ask the restaurants to stay on if they want me to make a video for them. I usually find everything on my own. Some places have asked me to come and try their food and things like that. You know, I don't give no negative publicity or any kind. So bottom line is someone is trying to feed their family off this.
Right.
So if I don't like the food, I just shake their hand and I'm saying, sorry, man, it doesn't meet my quality.
Yeah.
If you want to change anything, hit me up. I'll come back.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not going to give no places no negative publicity. But on the other hand, if your food is amazing, if your food meets my standards, I will definitely tell everybody where you are.
You more searching for, you know, new up and coming places and wanting to shout them out, or are you?
So I always love to go to the grand openings to see what is going on, and like I said, I more go based upon flavor, based upon service, uniqueness. You know what I mean? Because everybody's selling this, everyone's selling that, but who's selling the best?
Okay.
But the best, what I think is the best, may not be the best to you because everyone's taste buds are different. So I'm just saying what my opinion is and my experience of cooking and things like that.
Okay.
Quality of the food, ingredients, things like that. So I think that there's a lot of things that make it the best. It's not just like, oh, this tastes good.
I've always been curious, you know, I've talked to a plethora of food content creators. How do you go about like just getting into the facility? Like, hey, can I film here? Or you said a couple places hit you up to create content.
Yeah,
like,
some places told me that, you know, come by, try our food, this and that. And I know I go there, I buy what they ask me to try. And then if it's good, I'll say, let me have another one and I'll make a video.
It always amazes me too. Like, you know, you just sitting there with like a smorgasbord of food. Do you bring like a squad with you everywhere you go, or you just?
It depends what I'm doing, what my idea is before I go.
Okay.
So I don't waste any type of food. I've gone to places before where a lot of people were busy, they couldn't come with me, so I bought all this amazing food, and then when I done shooting the video, I would just hand it out to people that were watching me film.
Wow. Okay.
So I've done that before a couple times.
Yeah, man, that's the one thing. It's like, what happens to all that food out?
It gets eaten.
Okay, good.
I make sure it gets eaten.
Good.
I don't waste it. I don't waste anything. As far as like how do you get into facilities goes, believe it or not, man, you just gotta shoot your shot, bro. Just walk in, introduce yourself, show them what you do, show them your page, and say, hey, I would like to make you guys a video. Can I film in the kitchen or something? Yeah. And a lot of places they're like, no. Yeah. Like, you know, some places are like, hell yeah, come on back for sure. Yeah. And they're really excited about it. Yeah. But then most places just say, oh, well, we'll bring you the food to your table and things like that. But it's the most difficult part is getting into the kitchen to film.
I believe that 100%.
That's the most difficult part.
Especially if you maybe don't know somebody there already.
Yeah, exactly. You got to look at the restaurant's point of view. That's like asking the restaurant to see their underwear. Right. You know what I mean? in a sense, if you want to put it that way.
I never thought about it that way, but that's very true.
It is. So that's their space. So the public usually doesn't go back in there. And then you know, you don't want to make them feel like you're too pushy. Right. So
they might even have some secret ingredients back there that they might not want to show people. So
there's a new restaurant at Valley Fair called Joey's.
Joey.
Yeah, I recently made a video there I took my friend Easy there for his birthday, and I asked them what the ingredients were in one of the dishes, and they literally told me that their waiters and waitresses signed an NDA that they are not allowed to tell you what is in the food. They ask you if you have allergies, right? And then they go down a name of things, right? And if you don't say yes to none of them, then they're like, all right, cool.
then
But if you say yes, and they're like, all right, well, you can't have this, you can't have it, and they start breaking it down.
wow.
But they don't tell you what is in the food.
Oh, that's a next level secrecy.
But there's a trick around it. You go on their website. The website has it listed. I was making my video, right? And I called them and I was like, hey, what's in this appetizer and this appetizer? And they're like, oh, well, that's how they explained it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just went on their website and I looked at their menu on the website, and the menu on the website has everything listed.
Okay.
I don't know if they were just being rude
maybe
or
BSing you a little bit?
maybe rude or BSing me, but right here, look,
Let's say
we are not allowed to buy the ingredients in the recipes, unfortunately. I was not kidding, bro. Like, you know,
it's real. It's right there. That's crazy. So speaking of Valley Fair, like I used to work at King's Fish House.
I love King's Fish House.
So there we go. I was gonna get your take on that restaurant and
so I've had good and bad times there. It depends on the server. It depends how, unlike everywhere else, how their day is going.
Yeah.
But the quality of the food, the things that I get, is extremely high. It's hard to believe they really print a brand new menu every day. Every day. Everything is fresh every day. You are not going to find a higher quality seafood restaurant outside of Fisherman's Wharf than that one.
Yeah.
And I would even say that that's probably fresher than some of the places at Fisherman's Wharf. Besides Rosie's Fish City, they have the best calamari.
Rosie's Fish City, where is that at?
It's over there off of, the hell's the name of that street? Man, I just brain farted. Capitol. It's over there by Capitol by the Home Depot.
That's the one thing, man, with food. Like, I got to venture out. Like, I kind of stick to my food bubble.
Hit me up, bro. I'll take you on a tour.
Yeah, dude. My food bubble is pretty scarce.
My friends call me up all the time, almost on a daily basis. Hey, bro, I'm hella hungry. I want this type of food. Where should I go?
That's good.
And I send them.
The wealth of knowledge right there, man.
I'm like a Rolodex.
Dude, good, good. And you know, the thing with food, like, I'm always in this kind of mindset where I want to try cultures. New cultures.
I love
expand. You know?
I absolutely love trying other cultures' foods.
Mm-hmm. What do you say is like your favorite culture of food?
That's really difficult to say.
Maybe not favorite. Let's say, what's a culture of food you've tried that you know before you started creating content was something you never thought you would have had?
Persian food. Another thing I never thought I would try. My friend invited me to his grandparents' farm one time, and they cooked the goat in the ground. It was really good.
Goat's fantastic.
It was the way I've heard of them cooking it that way. I've never personally experienced it until then, but it was really tender and good. It literally fell apart.
I'm trying to picture like a goat in the ground.
So they put all these leaves and stuff down, right? They build like a platform, right?
Yeah.
And then they have like 2 chains on the front and the back, and then they all lower it down really slowly. Yeah. But they wrapped it in like leaves or something, man. It was really cool. And then they covered the top of the pit with a bunch of rocks. Mm-hmm. And I think there was already hot coals or something underneath. I don't really know how they did it. I was just there when they lowered it in and sealed the top. But it was there for a good, I don't know, I want to say 8 hours, 6 hours.
Wow. So that's slow.
Yeah, we got there in the morning. Burn. We got there in the morning. They set it up, and we ate it at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
The coolest thing I ever saw food-wise was we were out in, where were we? Puerto Vallarta. My wife and I were on our honeymoon. And these guys literally went out into the ocean and caught mahi-mahi.
Oh, hell yeah.
Brought it up to the hotel, to the resort, and just started filleting everything right then and there. It was the best piece of fish I've ever had in my
get no fresher
life, man.
You can't get no fresher.
Fantastic. Unique foods that you've tried, you know, other than goat, like.
Oh, unique foods. I've had escargot before. I didn't really care for it, to be honest with you.
Oh, so I've never tried escargot before, but
I didn't like it.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I think I'm okay.
So I was always taught to not look at it presentation wise. Right. Don't worry about the smell. Taste it. If you don't like it, spit it out in the napkin. But it's very important to taste another culture's food. If you don't like it, you're not always going to like everything.
100%.
But at least respect them enough to taste it, to try it.
I think it's important.
You might find something that you really find incredible.
Have you ever been to like those worldwide buffets?
Yes. Right. So my favorite buffet to go to is in Las Vegas called Bacchanal.
Okay.
So they have the largest variety of food out of any buffet in Vegas. There's so much food there. there's no way you could possibly eat everything in the buffet, even if you had the smallest piece from every dish. Like they have everything from escargot to fish to salmon to crab to lobster to steak to ribs to lechon to sushi to frog legs.
Right. Okay.
I mean, it's all under the sun right there.
Wow. You tried frog legs?
I love frog legs.
Dude, same.
There's a place in Vallejo, Soul Trans Seafood, bro.
Okay.
$5 a pound. When I go there, I get about $40 worth.
Whoa! Wow, that's damn, dude. I've only had them once. I don't remember where I went, but it was like when I was a kid, and I tried it. And I was like, "This is."
Do you ever go to Foodie Land when it comes to town?
I've never even heard of that.
So Foodie Land is like a little fair that comes around, and they have a lot of food vendors, but they're from all over the country. So if you ever want to experience some good food that's from far away, and you don't have to go there, they come to you.
Good food,
I think it's like $8 to enter in the fair, and then you pay for your food at all the vendors' booths, individual booths. But they got everything there, man. Frog legs, they got barbecued lobster, they got bone marrow. There's a lumpia vendor. There's drinks vendors. I had deep fried cheesecake last time I was there. Foodie Land is one of my favorite things to go to.
When does that come around?
It's in San Francisco right now at the Cow Palace. It's going to come here in about a month or so.
Oh, I'll have to put that in my my calendar there or something. I don't know.
Absolutely,
that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Even if you're not going to go there and get a whole bunch of food, just to go there and walk around and see everything. Yeah, like I said, it's only $8 to get in. Yeah, it's cheap fun. Yeah. It's a cool experience.
Outside of food and content creation, like, who is King Foodie?
Well, that's a lot to unpack.
Well, we'll keep it light, bright, you know. Like,
I'm just someone who has a passion for food, man. I love cooking. I love taking care of my friends, and I want to see all my friends win. Yeah, and you know, I just have a lot of passion for food because, like I said, it's the international love language. I like to feed people, man. I like to cook food and watch people eat my food. Yeah, because it just makes me feel warm inside. You know what I mean, like I took these ingredients. Like cooking is alchemy for the home. Okay, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're the wizard of your kitchen.
You're on a roll with these puns here, man. Keep them coming. Have you ever been a chef in like a commercial kitchen?
No.
Why?
I've never worked in any restaurant anywhere.
Okay.
But I have been in restaurants helping my father cook.
Okay. And you find that like what's the give and take with, you know, cooking at home versus commercial?
You can make a mistake at home. When you're cooking in a very high-end kitchen, too many mistakes will lose your job. High-end food is very expensive. They don't like to waste it.
Yeah. Okay. The pressure's a little bit more on inside of a.
I would never want to be a high-end cook. Okay. For the simple fact that they are in the 1,000-degree kitchen. Yeah. Not literally, but it's very hot in there. Yeah. They're basically on a marathon from the time they start to the time they stop. There's very few breaks,
if any at all.
You can't touch anything but the food. So there's a lot of self-conscious things that you got to pay attention to because you really can't. Like if you touch your face, now you got to go wash your hands. That takes 2 minutes. Now you're not cooking for 2 minutes. The boss sees that too many times. He's going to get really upset at you. Don't touch anything but the food. Wear gloves. Change your gloves. Things like that. Like there's etiquette and things like that that even the chefs have to remember. Yeah. And when high-end restaurant, when they're cooking 7 dishes at once,
it's pretty insane.
It can be very taxing on the mental.
Yeah. I mean, you know, me, I'm not a great cook, but being in the restaurant industry, like I see how hard these chefs work. And then, like you said, like it's literally nonstop. From the time they clock in to the time they go
nonstop.
Home, it's bam, 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 bam. Which I think, like, you know, from a guest standpoint, I don't think a lot of people realize.
Absolutely not. Because like I said, that's their area. There's a wall between us and them. Very few people really ventured back there or have been back there. I mean, it's very hectic in the kitchen. You got to know what this guy's doing, what that guy's doing. When you're walking through the kitchen with a pan that's 500 degrees and someone turns around, they don't know you're there. You could hurt somebody.
Yeah, no, and communication is key back there for sure. You got to always be talking and communicating. I think, and you let me know your thoughts on that, but you know, for the most part, chefs don't make tips.
No.
And sometimes their hourly wage isn't even that great.
It depends on the restaurant. If it's a good restaurant, they sometimes they split the tips evenly with everybody.
Right.
But most of the time, the chefs don't get nothing.
Yeah. Which I think is, for me, is not fair.
They do. They make the food that you're tipping for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, the waitress brought it to you. And yes, they deserve some of the tip too.
Yeah.
And even the busboy deserves a tip. He comes and clears the table. Everybody, in my opinion, everybody has a piece of the puzzle. So they should get a cut, in my opinion.
I think chefs should get a little bit of something. And to the best, like, I've never worked at a restaurant where chefs get tipped, which I think is crazy.
They really don't get paid what people think they get paid.
No.
That's the misconception about it.
Not at all.
Unless you're the next Emerald Lagasse.
Yeah.
You're really kind of struggling to be a chef.
It's great.
Even my own father told me, because my father was a chef, he even told me he wouldn't allow me to become a chef. He said, you can't feed your family on this later on.
It's hard work.
It was hard when he was doing it.
Yeah. And I've met a lot of people that they'll work 2-3 jobs in back of the kitchen, and they're still.
And to clarify on like, because people are gonna say like, oh well, maybe he wasn't a good chef. My dad was such a good chef that he could go to your restaurant, eat your dish, and I'll eat it the next night at my house.
Yeah.
He would make it. He would make it, and most of the time, it was better than what the restaurant made.
See, that's how it should be.
And he never asked; he would just taste it. Like, all right, I know how to make this.
That's great.
Like he worked for the high end country clubs in San Francisco. He served Joe Montana before. Like, he's been around.
Yeah.
And for him, with his knowledge, for him to literally sit me down and say, "I do not want you to be a chef."
Yeah.
It kind of hit me a little hard because that's where I thought I was going to go.
Yeah. What hobbies do you have outside of work and play?
I like to go riding. I'm picking up hiking.
Okay.
But I really don't have a lot of time, man. I go to work with a regular job, 40 hours a week, sometimes a little more. And then as soon as I get out of work, I'm on my foodie thing, man. Almost every single day. I really don't have any days off.
Okay. Take time for yourself for sure, but like
that is my time for myself.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. You're just on a constant grind. You go to work, and then
it never stops, man.
Is a second job. So you do what you need to do to pay your bills.
Yep.
And then as soon as you have free time, you're like, let's get this going.
Yes. The second I clock out at work, I'm already making phone calls to see who can go with me to go places. Have they found anything new that they want me to go check out? Checking my messages. I'm always constantly searching for the new places because, like I said, I like to showcase the really, really good food from all the pop-ups, everything in between to the high-end restaurants. And I also like to show people how to make really good stuff at home. Like I could show you how to turn yourself into Emerald Lagasse.
Yeah.
The tomahawk steaks that these restaurants charge $200 for. You could make the same thing at home for $35. All you're paying for is a dude to come out in the suit, do a little sprinkle, whip out the knife and act like he knows what he's doing. And like, he's just butchering your steak. He's ruining your food.
But it's a show, man.
It's a show.
People pay for the show.
But wouldn't you rather do that show in your own kitchen for your lady in your own home? And then now you don't have to go anywhere afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes,
you're just there.
Sometimes, yeah. And then other times I think sometimes people go out looking for that show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you want to be taken care of, if you want to go for entertainment purposes, by all means, spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on. Yeah. But if you've always wanted to have a tomahawk and you just can't get past the price point, you can make it at home, no problem at all.
Yeah. No,
and I have videos on my page with the recipe, timing, and everything.
Yeah.
It's so easy. You can literally watch TV while you do it.
Yeah. Well, even, food and cocktails, they go hand in hand,
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
one large tomahawk steak with a couple of nice glasses of whiskey or whatever you and your friends or you and your lady, whoever you're with, like to drink. Chop up a tomahawk steak thinly. You guys can snack on it. It'll feed 2-3 people easily.
And like cocktails too, like when you come see me at my restaurant, like first and foremost, I put entertainment first, so I'm going to give you a show. Drinks are secondary. Even food, is like, if I put on a great show, you'll have a good time regardless.
Oh, yeah.
The food will taste great. The drinks will taste even better.
Oh, yeah.
I think people could do it at home, and they maybe sometimes should be doing it at home.
Well, like, so when I say do it at home, it's like, sometimes, you can't really decide where you want to go to eat. Okay, well, I don't want to argue like, oh, then where's that? And then 1,000 no's, right? Well, okay, well, I'll make us something. Just hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say that. I'll just whip up something special.
I like that.
Like if you could read a book and you have some patience, you can cook.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it's alchemy for the home. Everybody has to eat. You might as well learn how to eat and cook the best stuff, because when you go out, you're paying 4, 5, 6 times the price sometimes.
Yeah.
And you could have the same stuff at home on a budget.
Yeah. Pivot a little bit, just because in the background we got Chef Gabe from Above the Basics over there. We'll talk about Above the Basics.
I love Above the Basics.
I know. I've seen you film some content here.
I have a few videos from them.
Yeah. You have a favorite menu item?
Some of the menu items that I like to eat from them aren't on the menu.
Oh, okay. All right. So that goes back to what you were saying is you do have your own little secret menu items.
The ones that from here aren't mine. They're a friend of mine.
Okay.
But my friend Crafty made me a smash burger Mexican pizza one time. Oh, and it was absolutely incredible.
That's crazy. That sounds fantastic.
I have been poking at him to make it for me again since then, but I haven't been able to get in.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I've had both. I've had their smash burger and their Mexican pizza, but
combine them, my friend.
Woo, baby. Okay.
One of these and one of those. That's a good night right there.
Before we decided to make this old fashioned, we had a conversation about making a lemon drop.
Yes. So one of my favorite cocktails to drink is a lemon drop or apple martini.
Oh.
So the place that I found that makes the best ones, believe it or not, I like Maestro's at Valley Fair.
Okay.
For the simple fact that it's the same price pretty much anywhere you go for the drink.
Yeah.
But not all places give you the shaker.
Right, they give you a little bit extra, right?
Yeah, so when you order the drink at Maestro's, it's really 2 drinks in one.
Yeah.
So you pay for the original one drink.
Yeah.
You drink the whole thing, and they leave the shaker there for you, and you pour a whole nother drink out of it. Like, it fills the glass. It's 2 drinks in one.
Yeah, which is, again,
if you're going to go out to a bar and drink, I'll take the 2 for 1 any day.
Yeah.
Any day. I like the bars downtown.
Okay.
I walk around downtown all the time, me and my friends. Shout out Sancho TV. Downtown is lit, man.
It's the one place, like, I know there's a lot out there in downtown, but since I live in, Campbell, like, that's a place I don't really venture out to, but
I like 55 South. I like Still OG. Mm-hmm. Alter the Ego in the back. Secret bar. Really nice. They got some very nice, fancy cocktails back there.
Have you been to the Press Room yet? The new restaurant that opened?
I've seen it. I haven't been in there yet. Some people that I know have been there, and they said they had a good time.
My younger brother works there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he bartends over there.
So, nice.
I went in there, and I thought it was a fantastic time. It was beautiful in there.
They did a really good job on the remodel. It looks very incredible.
It's pretty fantastic. Would you say, eventually, if things work out, and in your own perfect world, is creating content the thing that you want to do in life?
Absolutely. So so you're asking what is the dream?
What's the dream?
The dream is to eat and travel.
Okay.
And do the same thing that I do here, but internationally.
So you want to be like a global...
Everywhere. I want to go everywhere, bro. Every state, every country, every culture. I want to eat everything.
I think, for you, I could see you being on TV.
That would be really cool, bro.
Like I think I think from the videos on your Instagram and just like how you go about things and your personality in general, like I would watch you on TV for sure. I think you could do it. Yeah.
Right on, man. That's I don't know if I could walk out the door with my head so big.
Nah, man. I'm here to give people flowers when they deserve it. But like, yeah, I think you are really great at what you do.
Thank you.
And I think sky's the limit and you're somebody that in content creation that like I really try to be, or I try to emulate, because to your point,
that's very flattering, bro.
No, man,
no one's ever told me that.
For real, man. I appreciate you, man. Like, because you said like as soon as you have time, you're on your creation game.
On it, yeah. And I think about it while I'm working.
Right. And so, that's how it should be, because like it's a double-edged sword for me. Like I like creating content, but I also like spending time with my wife.
Somebody who was very well off once told me that if you have 8 hours a day to work for someone else, you have 2 hours a day to work for yourself.
It's a great way to put things. It's a fantastic way to put things. So I appreciate you, man. I see your hustle. I see your grind. And I see you doing great things very soon. So
Thank you very much, man. I'm
keep it going.
consistently trying, and I will never stop.
Keep it going, brother.
Shout out to my homie Charismatic. Zach, Best Berry Foods.
There we go. There we go. Those fools. I mean, not fools. Sorry.
I like those guys, man. Those are my
Those
homies.
guys are fantastic.
Those are my homies, man. I like those guys.
I still have yet to meet Zach's.
Zach is cool. He's a character. You'll like him.
I can't wait. But Chris, man, like, how'd you get in contact with Chris?
Believe it or not, man, I saw him on Instagram a while back when I first started, and then I ran into him in real life, and then I introduced myself to him, explained to him what I wanted to do and things like that, and then we just kind of became friends.
Yeah. The first time that I actually met you was at his birthday party.
Yep.
Over at Cedar Room, and
that was a fun night.
I was pretty lit, to be honest with you. But you know what, man? To your point, like you said with him, sometimes you gotta shoot your shot and
absolutely
and see where it goes.
The only shot you miss is the one you don't take.
Oh, and you know what? Like, I'm like I'm an extroverted introvert.
I'm an extremely social person.
See, yeah, and that's why I see you shine. And like
the more chaotic it is around me, the more comfortable I am. Like calmness and things like that, I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. So you're always trying to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cocktail wise, we already went over your favorite kind of cocktails, but regardless of any situation, where do you think right now is the best place to get a nice craft cocktail?
A nice craft cocktail. I would say Altered Ego has the most unique menu.
Okay.
As far as you're not going to find those drinks at many places.
Okay.
They have a ginger martini.
Oh, I've never, coming from a ginger, I've never heard of that before.
Like that's pretty funny. I'll show you what it looks like.
Yeah, pull it up. We'll take a peek at it. I've actually never even heard of this place either.
That's the ginger martini.
Oh, right there. Okay. Oh, and what? They put a little candy ginger on the top of that?
Yes.
Oh, dude. I like their ice cubes too.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I love the ice there. So if you look closely on the ice, it has waves on it on this side, and then the other side, they're different direction.
Yeah. So there's like a whole pattern of things that they got going on there.
It's kind of hard to get in. They fill up really fast, and they have a lot of private parties back there.
Okay.
If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know it was there.
Right, and I didn't know it was there.
So you go to. I'll just keep it a secret.
Okay, yeah.
It's a secret bar.
Just keep it.
It's a secret bar.
Well, you know,
I'll take you myself.
When I have
I'll take you myself.
there, we'll go.
And then
there.
depending on if you like it or not, then you can tell them where it is.
I appreciate that, brother. What's your goal for the rest of this year? You know, we're already going in darn near. We're going into June of this year.
So last year, my goal was I posted a video every single day of the year last year. So that was extremely taxing on me.
Yeah.
And I was really feeling it, the pressure, like the stress of I have to finish this by today, every single day of the year. And then this year I'm doing video like every other day, every 2 days.
Yeah.
So I found it much more better to do that. But the goal is to keep going and eventually go into other cities and things like that. But this is where I live. This is my home. And I want to showcase this place first and foremost.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Do you have like a team behind you? Or
No.
No, you just.
It's all me.
It's all you.
Everything is me.
That's.
I'm a one-man show.
There we go, man. Like that. It's dedication.
It's passion, man. I enjoy it.
Dedication is for sure.
If you do what you love, you never really work.
It's very true. That's why I love bartending. Like, I love making drinks. I love shaking and making cocktails. I love serving guests. So I never feel like I'm at work.
I love showing people where the good food is, and then they go and get it, and then they message me or something like, "Bro, I went to this place. That shit was crazy good, bro."
Yeah,
like that's what I like. That shit makes me feel so good when they're like, "Bro, it looked just like it did in your video."
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, as it should.
It should.
As it should.
If it doesn't, you let me know. I'll remove the video immediately.
Yeah, I feel like content creation has. You know, on the back end, looking at you has given you some phenomenal opportunities.
Yes.
One opportunity in particular, and You did something with Florida Jesus.
Florida Jesus is my homie. I got his number. It's my homie.
So I'm just kind of curious because, like, how did that even come about?
So I saw him on Instagram. I just started talking to him. He started talking back.
Yeah.
He's into food like I'm into food, just not as much.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, hey, bro, when you come this way, I know a bunch of places. I have to take you.
Yeah.
And then I saw one of his videos and he's like, oh, tell me where to go next. I was like, bro, come to San Jose. I'll take you to the best nachos in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did it.
I seen you do something with easy giveaways.
That's one of my other best friends too. Easy giveaway. It's my really good friend right there.
So what's the idea behind that? And, like, you know, how do you go about picking these places? You just randomly.
So that's all him.
Okay.
As far as how he picks it.
Okay.
So I help him hide it.
Mm-hmm.
I help him do organization for his stuff when we do really big things. I contribute as well.
Yeah.
Things like that. I also do drops and donations with him as far as putting forth stuff to drop and hide. Other than that, man, he's just a good guy, man. He does the drops for the community.
Yeah.
We don't charge nobody for our events.
Yeah.
Like in Easter happened, we hit over 1,500 eggs for the community. Christmas last year, we gave away almost $10,000. And then I gave away another 3,200 in toys myself.
Oh
like
my God.
we really want to give back to the community.
That's important.
Absolutely.
Kudos to you for doing that.
That's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life, is to give all those kids toys like that. The joy that I felt for the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
After that, I couldn't stop smiling.
Oh my God.
It was the most incredible. I'm definitely doing it again this year. We're going to try to do it bigger.
Only gets bigger, only gets better.
That's the goal, man.
I think that's just a credit to, you know, from what I can tell, a credit to who you are as a person. Like, genuinely, you just seem like a really great dude.
And believe it or not, man, some people don't like it when you're the same person all the time.
Yeah. Because
you're exactly who you say you are, and meanwhile, other people have to wake up and put a different mask on every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just me all the time, bro.
That's good. You are who you say you are. You do what you say you need to do. So.
Absolutely. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it, because I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah.
My word is all I got. And once you break your word with somebody, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Last thing I got for you, you know, our hairstyles are very different.
Yeah.
You were sharing with me, you know, off camera, how you go about getting your braids. But
yeah,
for the audience, like, I'm curious to know, like, how long have you had braids for?
So I have been having braids for probably the last 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay. And what's the process behind your hair?
The girl that I go to is extremely good at what she does.
Mm-hmm.
So I get my braids done.
Yeah.
Time goes by. It's time to go back again, right?
Yeah.
So I go in. She undoes the braids.
Yeah.
Combs or brushes it out, depending on how knotted it is at that point.
Yeah.
And treats it, shampoos, condition, treats it, rebraids, and puts the stuff in it, and that's it, man. She does the whole process. It's very relaxing. I've never felt no pain anytime she's ever braided my hair.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Is I've heard when people get braids that it might hurt a little.
I fall asleep while she braids my hair.
So she's doing a great job.
Yeah, there's literally no tension on my scalp.
Yeah.
So like I don't feel, there's no pull, there's no pain. There's nothing, like I've never gotten a headache. I don't know. I don't understand when people say that.
Oh man. You know, that's the one thing that I do miss about having hair, is maybe just like running my fingers through it at all, you know. Dude, I think that's the only thing that I miss about having hair. But you know, we're here now. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. Avatar Braids on Instagram. Mm-hmm. She works at Barber's Inc. downtown. Mm-hmm. Go by, make an appointment, bro. She'll set you right. And I don't ever pick the style of my braid.
Oh,
I go because I can't see what the top of my head looks like. Right. I don't know what the shape of my head is.
Right.
I let her do her own thing, man. I tell her what my budget is. She says, all right. She does some research on different styles. Sometimes she combines 2-3 styles at a time. Sometimes she just freestyles.
Okay.
But I've never walked out of there unhappy. Okay. Never. Every time I walk out of there, I feel like $1 million. My other friend that also works there, her name is Tani. She's the barber. She does all my lines up. She does a facial treatment. She'll do your beard, your hair. Very relaxing as well, man. Those are my two angels because every time I see them, they perform miracles.
Ooh, a little sprinkle on the top of there. Shout out. We're gonna do a little speed round.
All right.
So I'm gonna shout out words, and I want you to just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
That's not good.
We're gonna do 10 words.
That's not good.
We're gonna do 10 words. You say whatever comes.
You might have to have a hard time editing this.
No. It's free reign over here, brother. 10 words, speed round. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Purple,
Green.
dinosaur,
Rocks.
orange,
Candy. I told you, bro.
table.
Cloth.
Okay, shoes,
Laces.
shampoo,
Conditioner.
skyscraper,
Jumping.
Abu Dhabi. Jumping. Okay,
Bro, my brain just fires off, bro. I have no filter.
That's the point. That's good. That's
not good, bro. I have
why
no
we
filter.
did this. All right, what are we at? 8, Abu Dhabi.
Race cars.
Go-karting.
Fun.
Golf.
Boring.
Whoa, what a way to end it. Oh, my God. King Foodie, thank you so much, brother, for being on the show. I appreciate you, man. It was great having you here.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It was a blast.
For the idea for this smoked old-fashioned.
Let me know if you need another one. I got a million of them.
Keep it going, bro. Once again, thanks to everybody watching or listening. Tip your bartender, please. Thank you to Stevie's for letting us get this thing done in here. Shout out San Jose. Have fun. Be safe. Cheers and enjoy. And always remember,
408, baby.
Yeah,